All right, we're going to do a breakdown of a match between Sheliah Lindsey and Hannah Guy. The central theme of this match will be a couple of things. It'll be dilemmas or double attacks, attacking from multiple angles. And secondly, it will be making choices that have the highest chance of success. Often when we're given multiple choices, we'll chase the one that seems the most dramatic, or the one that might get us to the end result the quickest. That's not always the highest chance of success choice. So we're going to look at a couple of spots where we have dilemmas, and also I'm going to point out that chasing the statistics, that's very important as you become a high-level grappler, is understanding that every movement needs to have a purpose. And weighing the odds when you have multiple choices offensively or defensively. In this case, offensively, weighing the odds and understanding that making an incremental improvement that is almost guaranteed is going to be the best choice. I'd like to reference it over to like a baseball analogy. If 80% of your batters were to hit singles, right? So 4 out of 5 batters, every time they're up to bat, they're going to get on base and get a single. Versus a team where everybody's swinging for the fences and trying to hit a home run, and very occasionally you'll see someone knock it out of the park. It's just Moneyball at that point. The people that are getting on base the most often are going to score in the end. So that's what we're looking for, and we're going to highlight that here in this match. So let's get started. So they're going to pummel for inside position here, both looking for underhooks and snap downs. And coming up in just a second, we're going to see them both get over under, but Sheliah is going to have superior hip position and a little bit better placement on her body lock. So here's the over-unders. And if you look at Sheliah's body lock, it's a little bit lower, closer to the hips, and she had better hip position. They immediately go into half guard, and then Hannah's going to recover to full guard. Sheliah's going to bring her knee up the middle here, and we're going to start to see the beginning of her passing game with this knee cut. So let's look at her head position here. Okay. Her head is just on the inside of Hannah's arm and head here, and we're going to see her pass it over for an arm triangle here in a little bit. And that's going to create a little bit of the dilemma that we were talking about. And also I want to point out how much she's just trying to improve incrementally. So the guard's still closed. Sheliah is working her knee through the middle. Hannah's trying to block the hip here, but it's not going to make a huge difference when Sheliah has this underhook here. Now, one thing I do want to point out is one of the biggest factors in this pass is the idea that if I can get someone's hips facing opposite the way their face or their head is facing, they lose most of the power along the line of their back. Okay, so if we can get their back twisted, right, where their hips are facing one way and their head is facing the other way, they're going to lose a lot of their strength. And that's part of the dilemma that Sheliah is going to make here in a minute. So she's threatening the knee cut. Hannah's got her hips turned towards Sheliah, and she's got a decent bite on the foot here. Now the commentators in this match, they pointed out that Sheliah has a few options here. She can continue with the knee cut in this direction. She can bring her knee back over for the 3/4 mount, or she can step her free leg back and enter into leg entanglement. One thing that we'd like to point out at the Academy is that if Sheliah, or if you already have an underhook on the far side, and you're deep into a knee cut, unless you really need to score a quick submission, that's a pretty risky move, because you're giving up a really dominant position for the possibility of getting another dominant position. So she's, got a solid topside pin here. For her to backstep, she'd be giving up quite a bit of dominance. So Sheliah did this math in her head, and she knows that she wants to get this pass because the odds of her getting a submission from topside are much more than the odds of her getting a leg entanglement, a submission from a leg entanglement. If you watch women's divisions, many of them don't finish with leg attacks. And the ones that do, often their opponents are quite uneducated on how to defend them. So when both opponents are educated, it's a heavy risk to give up a position like this. So in just a second, we're going to see Sheliah pass the arm over. I do want to point that one out. So watch Sheliah bring her leg over like she's going to go to 3/4 mount. As she does, it brings Hannah's left hip up and over, and Hannah's left leg is going to follow, right? So we're going to get a better view of that in a second. As Sheliah tries to get her knee over, Hannah's left leg comes up, and Sheliah has to weigh some options here. She's got dominance in the fact that she has her arm across. So not only is she attacking an arm triangle, if Hannah makes one single mistake, Sheliah can continue all the way around to the back. And that's proven to be a winning position for Sheliah. But what Sheliah does feel is that she's passing here, trying to go to 3/4 mount, Hannah is bringing her near side leg in. If Hannah manages to get that leg in and elevate Sheliah, Sheliah may lose most of the dominance in her passing position here. So we're going to see Sheliah recognize the possibility of losing what she's worked for and go back to what's proven to work in that topside knee cut. I mean, not top, sorry, traditional knee cut. So let's look at both grapplers' point of view. Hannah on bottom realizes that if she doesn't do anything, it's just a matter of time until Sheliah passes with that knee cut. Okay? She also realizes that if she makes any mistake at all, and Sheliah manages to get to 3/4 mount or get her leg free in this direction, she could not only get her an arm triangle, but she could start to work her way to the back. So Hannah's at a choice here. She has to choose between staying in the arm triangle, okay? And if she stays in the arm triangle, she's able to keep her hips towards Sheliah. Okay, so stay in the arm triangle, keep her hips towards Sheliah. Sheliah knows, hey, if I attack the pass here while trying to keep the arm triangle in this direction, I might get regarded. So what we're going to see Sheliah do is maintain top position, mildly threatening the arm triangle. She cannot finish it in this direction. Sheliah will not be able to finish the arm triangle while her body is on this side of Hannah. It will need to be on this side. So she's going to wait it out. Hannah's only way out of the arm triangle is to put her hips flat on the mat, right? So she's going to try to put her hips in this direction. And if she does that, that's going to give her the ability to free her topside arm. She'll just be able to circle it around the head. And we're going to see her make that choice in a minute. So Sheliah made the choice to improve incrementally and get the pass and not make big sudden movements trying to get to mount the arm triangle, possibly getting regarded or going all the way to the back. So let's watch that play out. And that also ties in, like I said, Hannah's going to give up the pass if she puts her hips flat because she'll lose power in her back. So watch Hannah's hips here. Sheliah refuses to let go of the thread of the arm triangle. Hannah recognizes she's not going to get out of it. She gives up the pass. As soon as she gave up the pass, her arm here is going to easily circle around. This arm triangle that Sheliah is attacking is not a threat when she is on this side of Hannah's body. Hannah knows that. Sheliah also knows that. She used the threat of Hannah making a mistake to allow her to get the pass. So she took the incremental improvement. So watch Hannah circle her arm around here. And Sheliah accepts it. Never really wanted it in the first place, but used it as a threat to get her pass. Heavy cross-base pressure from Sheliah here, and it follows that same concept. If we can get our hips our opponent's hips and their head facing in opposite directions. We take most of their power away. Here in just a second, we're going to see Hannah try to wrestle up. She does have an MMA background, and Sheliah is going to threaten a front headlock, something she spent a lot of time on, and get the quick finish here on a guillotine. Excellent match. I just wanted to highlight a couple of concepts there. Make sure you guys utilize that when you're grappling. Thanks for watching.